Starting next week, all schools K through 12 in Ohio will be closed for 3 weeks, as we said. And the governor says that includes public, private, and charter schools. It's an effort to slow the spread of COVID-19. NBC4's Eric Halperin has been talking to school leaders in Columbus. And Eric, the district, the parents, families, they're all now figuring out what the next few weeks are going to look like. And this could create especially childcare problems.
Colleen, Columbus expects to have more details out about all of this tomorrow. Come next week, school bus drop-off zones across the state will look like this, empty as schools are closed for weeks. Here in Columbus, the state's biggest district, instead of waiting until Monday to close those schools, starting tomorrow after classes, schools in Columbus will be closed. Come next week, halls in Ohio will no longer be full of students. There are more than 50,000 students in the Columbus City School District. Like other students across the state, they'll be out of class for at least 3 weeks.
Everybody's closing down, so that's going to be an inconvenience for parents. That everybody won't get through it.
Mary Clark Smith has 5 grandkids and very well knows she could be called to help out over the next few weeks.
We'll be busy.
Governor Mike DeWine and State Department of Health Director Dr. Amy Acton say closing schools for 3 weeks was not a decision taken lightly.
Schools were what saved my life. You know, I had times homeless, and school is the one place you can go. So when we are making these decisions, we are doing it absolutely thinking about what it feels like to that kid, and that's why these decisions are absolutely so hard.
Breakfast and lunch are free to Columbus City school students. According to a district spokesperson, about 25,000 students have breakfast at schools and 35,000 have lunch. Plans are being worked on to make sure kids don't go hungry during the 3 weeks.
This is an unprecedented situation, and we're working through our plans and we're working with our community partners.
And a Department of Education spokesperson tells me the state is working with the USDA to allow for meals to be given to kids in non-group settings on school sites during the closure.
And so this action is not an action that I took lightly, but is an action that we are confident is the right thing to do.
And during these 3 weeks here in Columbus, the district spokesperson tells me there will not be any sports or other extracurricular activities. More information about how each district is handling these 3 weeks can be found on our website, NBC4i.com. Live and local for you in Columbus, I'm Eric Halperin, NBC4.
Thanks for that, Eric. Leaders at Hilliard City Schools say they back the governor's decision and they are working to prepare e-lessons for all their students. While details are still being worked out, the superintendent says the goal is to keep learning going during very challenging times.
We can't replace what we do in our classrooms with e-learning, but we hope to keep learning moving so that when we are able to return to school, our students are on schedule and will be able to stick with our current school calendar.